Now, I just want to showcase the proof in what it is that I speak on when I say that no matter what takes place, somehow, some way, including myself, a black man will be blamed somewhere around the world for what takes place. This person said, I came across this ignorant commentary. Black men like you are the demons of the world. You're so weak as men that the only thing you can do is focus on demeaning a black girl child. I don't know what a black girl child is, but okay. If you had half a brain, it is very clear she has a disability. But since you are uneducated, I understand it is pointless to explain. I pray she gets away from those garbage gremlins. They may be going after her. You are just like them, just a different race. I avoid black men like you, like the plague. So let's just, kind of go through here. And this is something that I've noticed before, right? Whenever there is evidence or proof of something taking place, supernaturally people want to pop out of the woodworks and they want to try to give some type of mental disability, mental disorder. They want to try to excuse away what it is that the person selectively decided to do. You have people here literally trying to make their own narratives. I saw the exact same thing online. You have people trying to sit up there and say, trying to theorize, oh, I think she's this, I think she's that, everything with a blue baseball hat, right? It was all of these things, but none of these people actually knew. They were just trying to excuse away. They were just not trying to make sense of what it is that we can all clearly see and can clearly make sense of what is taking place. How do we know what was taking place? Because the woman in the video stated it. She stated it. And I'm going to sit up there and say women up until further notice because, again, everybody wants to sit up there and try to go on some different type of age range. They want to try to, take, age directly off. And they want to make this person as young and as young and as young as they want to sit up there and make this person in order to establish some type of point, which is crazy. I'm going at the view of how it is that I normally happen to see these things online. How I've seen these things online for the past 10 plus years, right? I've consistently seen actions like this take place and women out there being completely ecstatic and happy and supportive and all these other things up until something dramatic happens. Then it's the victim. Then it's the woe is me. Then it's the where are the men of the community sit up there and protecting to gather these women and all this other type of stuff. And I keep trying to explain, for me at least, I can't sit up there and protect somebody who doesn't want me there. I can't protect somebody who does not see me or value me as a type of protector. I can't protect somebody who doesn't want to listen to logical reason as to stay away from something that can possibly burn them. I can't protect somebody who want to tell me, "Oh, I don't have to listen to you. My body, my choice." I can't protect somebody who's going to consistently debate and argue and denigrate and demean and devalue me. I can't protect somebody who's going to sit up there and tell me I'm independent. I don't need a man. I can protect myself. You are useless. We don't need you, right? Every day the same shit. And I especially can't protect somebody who automatically sees me as the spawn of Satan, somebody who wants me exterminated, somebody who believes that I am a demon. But again, if I am the spawn of Satan, if I am a demon and I came directly from black women, then what does that then make the creator? Ooh. Ooh. One person wrote, "This is a divestiture problem, not us." Person underneath, "You are evil. All these black man boys running around posting this hate amongst our people. If it were a black male, what would you put then?" Well, obviously, I'm not sure if you've been around online, but it's the exact same thing. It's like, well, my man, it's your fault. You know exactly what it is that you got into. This is your fault. You brought this directly on yourself. If you decided to play directly in the snow, well, guess what? You're going to get frostbite. I mean, I don't know what really you're expecting from this. I'm not, sure if you've actually paid attention or if you're just making up stuff. I feel like at this moment in time, you're just making up stuff in order to have some type of stance or a point to say that, oh, black men would never say this when it's dealing with other black men in the same circumstance. But when it deals with, black women and girls, magically, you guys got all of these things to say. See, this is what I'm talking about. No, it's not what you're talking about, because you don't know any of what you're talking about.
Not only did you do that, they got your ass on camera.
Niggas ain't got me on no fucking camera.
This is the clearest video I've ever seen. This is the most HD shit ever. This is 4K.
She later came back and replied, right? She said, "You are evil. All these black men, boys running around posting this hate amongst our people. If it were a black male, what would you put then? Why such wicked comments towards black women always? Many of y'all are the worst protectors of your own race of women, but jump 10 toes down for non-black women. This crosses my mind daily. No other group shows disrespect such as ours and it." Okay. The blame is always on or towards black women, not ever accountability for unstable emotional black males that partake in the hate train amongst our own. I show my young men these comments and pages, and we laugh at the hypocrisy. Do y'all understand this? I'm sorry. Do y'all do this for black male celebrities? Why is there so much wickedness within these groups and blame? You all hate your own black women in y'all families? Single mothers blamed. Date another race blamed. More money than black men blamed. Being gone after blamed. Erased by black males blamed. Passport bros blamed. What else? What are you all doing to help bring up the community in this country? A part of any group teaching young black youths anything positive. Tell them about these Caucasian managers with these types of artists that are destroying our community and young boys learning to hate black girls because of the quote unquote preference the artists have in their videos. Darn. Mildred Dolores Loving and her husband Richard Perry Loving were an American married couple who were the plaintiffs in the landmark United States Supreme Court case of Loving versus Virginia.
That's suspicious.
So here you have a video of some black women deciding that this is what they wanted to do. And they stated that if TikTok existed in 1860, right? So this is, in a sense, during slavery, if we had this technology, they're stating this is what black women would be doing directly on the plantations for the landowners directly there. Yeah.
Sensational.
You want to know why they go after the girls that have no interest in them? Think about the male fantasy and then think about all the hot female villains in those games, videos, all that stuff. Really sit and think. It all really boils down to the fact that they don't want a black woman. They might say that, but they are lying. This might be a take, I'm not really sure, but every single time, I guess you could call me an alt girly. I like alternative music, aesthetic, like that kind of aesthetic. And every time I've ever met a man like that, they do not want to talk to me. They always hit you with the, "You're really pretty, but I only date white girls." Why is it that you only date white girls, babe? Are you that mentally enslaved? Are you that intellectually subservient? They want this woman that's nowhere even within their grasp because they think that they deserve it because of society, because of the patriarchy. I'm not that articulate, so I can't really get out what I want to say, but y'all, there's implied nuance. We're both single and ready to mingle.
I promise it's not Congratulations, you played yourself.
So these are some images of some very prominent black women, right? You have Dorothy Dandridge, Josephine Baker, Lena Horne, Eartha Kitt, Maya Angelou, Nina Simone, Alice Walker, Pam Grier, Diana Carl, Pearl Bailey, and Josephine Baker. Again, these are women that I have seen pictures and images of. These are women that I have heard people speak very highly of. And then when I just so happen to look these women up at this point in time in the future, I find this out. And again, when these women are talked about, this is never brought up at all. I'm not even sure if this is actually, in a sense, public knowledge for the greater majority of, those who are, in a sense, older, like 30s, 40s, and so on and whatnot or whatever. Again, people are free to have whatever preference that they want to have, but it just seems like it's a selective outrage, right? Because again, never heard anybody complaining or really talking about this. But if I were to show an image in reverse where it's black men with their counterpart who is of another race, rage and everything would ensue.
Accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusations. And
y'all gonna cancel me, but today marks the day that I will be dating outside of my race. And I know what you're about to say. Aren't you pro-black? I am. But as a dark-skinned black woman, the most hate I get is from my own men. And me restricting myself to only dating black men is giving me little to no options. Because there's only like a small group of black men who actually like women like me. And trust me, I've been trying to educate black men about colorism, futurism, texturism my whole damn life. I do it on my platform every day. But a lot of them choose to stay dense and ignorant. And I'm sorry, but you're not about to ask me to wait for these men to stop being colorists. I cannot wait any longer for these men to stop the self-hatred. I want to go where I'm wanted. I'm tired of sitting in places where I'm not wanted and try to convince the people that I should be desired. I'm sorry, but I'm done with that. So from this day forward, Shakira will be looking outside of her race when it comes to dating.
It's just like, man, it's like, where is God in this conversation?
So in a sense, that was my response. You were able to see the nonsense. You were able to understand the shenanigans. You had people there specifically stating a certain preference or whatever it is that you want to sit up there and call it. You had people wanting to blame black men for whatever specific reason. Trust me, I have even more videos that could have easily responded to each and everything that this person listed here, but I wasn't trying to make this video 10 hours long. So, I'm just going to, cut it there with those responses just to say that, everything that this person is stating realistically has made no sense. And it goes back to what I stated before, that the moment in time that you happen to put the focus on a person or a situation, people want to deflect every single time. And they want to start bringing in other people that have literally zero to do with the situation, zero to do. Like you're not trying to put any responsibility or acknowledgement on the person's choice of who it is that they decided to meet. This is a fully grown woman. She decided to meet this dude off of an app. She contacted her family, let them know like, hey, I met this guy. I'm basically just going to move in with him and see what happens from there. And this is what happened. She moved in and she moved on up. That's literally what took place. That's literally what happened. But this person here wants to leave two responses, not even touching on the tragedy that took place, but yet this is the same person within that same statement trying to convey how much they care about black women, how much more they care than black men, and then trying to blame black men for all of these other things and trying to put all of these other issues directly in this video that have nothing to do with what it is that took place. But yet these are the people that quote unquote care about black women. These are the people that are quote unquote a part of the sisterhood. Okay.
Stop it. Get some help.
This woman stated she doesn't look like a black woman. She looks biracial. She later replied to somebody by stating, you all, meaning black men, are promoting your tryst with others to your daughters. What do you expect when you know that the others don't have anything of value within their treacherous women who seek to dominate you for their own gain and selfish fulfillment? Yet, while your own women are being loyal towards your nothingness that you all bring to them, foolish men who value them, is its insanity. And these individuals are not meant to be blank, not idolized, weak. Now, as I've stated before, the only time I happen to reference that somebody is not black is when they obviously like to state that they are not black. At no point in time did or was I able to hear the words of Miss Turner. I never heard her say that she wasn't black. So I'm just assuming, maybe I might be wrong in my assumption. I have a woman here telling me that I am wrong in calling her a black woman. I should just call her biracial. Um, Again, these are people who are part of the sisterhood, right? Magically, oh, she's not, black enough for me, so I'm not going to consider her, a black woman. She's biracial, so, it is what it is. But while we're on the task, let me sit up here and tell you about these black men and how it is that these black men like to promote their preferences and how they big them up and put them on this plateau and how they want to be with them and date them and create kids directly with them and get married. And what do you expect for black women to do if they're growing up around you black men with your daughters and you're promoting this to your daughters? What do you think then they're going to opt and decide to do? They're going to opt and decide to date somebody of a different ethnicity because they watched what it is that you were doing. That's all I heard. All I heard was that black men are at fault for the reason that she made the selective choice as a woman, as an independent, strong woman. She made this choice to see this man. She wrote the text message. He didn't write that text message. She informed her sister. That man didn't inform her sister. She stated also that off of meeting this man, that she was going to move in with this man and see where it goes. That man didn't write that. She wrote that to her family. All three of those things, or four, she decided to do. But somehow, someway, yet again, black men are to blame for what took place in this situation? Huh?
You know they got your mans. And it was your mans. He was your boy.
The person said, rest in peace, Cheryl Turner. Cheryl Turner is mixed. She's a mulatto, just like me. She is not a black woman. None of you black men commenting under the thread will call a male with her phenotype black. Some of you would even one drop a dude with her phenotype into whiteness. Why do you black dudes call racially ambiguous or biracial women black while at the same time you will gatekeep blackness from biracial men like Drake and make it clear that they are not black? A black woman is Monique, the comedian, Viola Davis, Lapita, Sexy Red, and Sexy Red? And then you listed Cardi B? Okay. Cheryl Turner, Ice Spice are not black women. Hell, in 2024, not even Beyonce can be considered a black woman because of the racially admixed and ambiguous and how ambiguous she looks.
Explain that to me.
I'm just going to summarize this as a lot of y'all out here are just cooked. Because again, I just want to reiterate, I try to do my best when I happen to talk about, black people. And again, I can only categorize or state something, unless I have other information. A multitude of times I have stated that Drake is black. Right. I think even Drake himself has stated that he's black, even though he knows that he is half and then half. Right. I've done this with other individuals as well. Right. And I'm only going off of the context that they set. I'm going off of the tone that they set. I'm going off of what it is that they accept as a branding. Right. So again, this is another person that wants to state that, oh, you guys would never accept Drake. Y'all don't consider him, black and all this. There's a lot of deflection. There's a lot of deflection. So because you have a belief, you automatically want to assume and believe that black men view other black men the same way that black women out here view other black women. I'm a little bit confused directly on that. Why couldn't it have just stayed that you feel, as the woman that you are, that black women look at light black women or racially ambiguous or biracial black women as whatnot or whatever? I'm not really too sure how it is. Yet again, underneath the exact same video, black men are getting dragged into a whole nother conversation where now you're trying to do this whole thing of black men versus black women and black women versus black men and yada yada yada. Are we not focusing on the topic? Did a woman not lose her life in this situation? So how is it yet again that this focus is on black men? Somebody has to explain. Somebody help me comprehend how this is a logical thought process. How is it that you decide to create a whole nother narrative? How is it that you decide to opt out of the conversation just to create a whole nother conversation under this like you're literally trying to say that, okay, well, what happened to her is what happened, but what's really important is look what these black men are up here doing. So never mind the loss of life that took place here. Never mind, her thought process and why it is that she did what she did. Never mind the last messages that she received from her family was that she was leaving off with this dude and going to live a brand new life to go see how it goes. Never mind the fact that now, knowing the fact that that was their last message, that's the only thing that they got left of their family member. So now when they go to a funeral, that's the last thing. It's not an engagement. It's not a birthday party. It's not a child on the way. It's not graduating from college. It's not buying a house, a brand new car. It's not starting a brand new business. It's this. But oh, no. What you just said in your statement lets me know what you deem important and what's not important. So this woman, because you consider her biracial, mulatto, racially ambiguous, whatever you want to sit up there and call it, she does not count as a black woman. So because she does not count as a black woman, you're like, oh, whatever, let's focus on black men. Wow. Wowie wow wowers. Color me surprised. But yet this is the sisterhood though, right? This is the sisterhood. And again, these are the comments that I get underneath my videos. And I've gotten comments like this and even some way worse over the years, over the duration that I've been making videos on social media. But every single comment that takes place, everybody's trying to say that black men are the problem. But yet these comments always happen under videos where we're showcasing the loss of life of black women by somebody else. But yet black men are supposed to be problematic? Okay, you got it.